Hi friends, this is Dr. Herzog from LeBauer Physical Therapy, here to talk about the 6 signs that you have a core or pelvic floor problem that can be addressed through physical therapy. So before I get started, go ahead and click the like and subscribe button below and share with a friend who you think could benefit from this video. So this is our 3rd video out of 6 in our series. We just released a checklist that is titled the 6 signs that you have a core or pelvic floor problem that can be addressed by physical therapy. The first 2 videos are in our video library, so go ahead and check out our videos to see the first 2. But this is the 3rd video and the 3rd out of 6 signs. So our 3rd sign that you have a pelvic floor or core problem that can be addressed through physical therapy is that you feel fullness in your bottom when you squat or when you pick up your child. So what this can also be titled is organ prolapse. So essentially why this happens is that your pelvic floor is a sling of muscles that runs from kind of your SI joint area, back of your pelvis, through to your pubic bone in the front. So it's this nice sling of muscles in the bottom of our pelvis. And one of the huge functions of our pelvic floor is to support all of our organs. So you can imagine that our pelvic floor has to be pretty strong because we have a lot of organs and gravity is pulling them down. So the pelvic floor has to be able to meet the resistance of that downward pressure and match it. And not only do that for a little bit, but be able to do it throughout the day and while we're moving. So a lot of the times people will just address this by doing Kegels, and sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. So when is it appropriate to do Kegels? Essentially, it's the best idea to do Kegels when you know that your only problem is pelvic floor weakness. However, if you have pelvic floor tightness, you won't get the most benefit out of your Kegels and you can actually make things worse. So it's important to make sure that our pelvic floor muscles can be long and strong. And how do we make them long? We work on relaxing the pelvic floor. So it's really important to be able to relax your pelvic floor to then be able to do Kegels to help you build strength there. The other problem that I see and why a lot of women haven't been able to successfully treat their prolapse is because they haven't had the right dosage of Kegels. So a lot of times I'll have women come into my office and say, oh yeah, I do my 10 Kegels a day, it's not working, I don't understand why. Well, there's a couple different reasons. Sometimes they aren't doing Kegels correctly, and they just don't have that mind-muscle connection. So I've had a lot of women that I've had to help find that mind-muscle connection because they don't know what a Kegel feels like. And if you don't know what a Kegel feels like, you can't correctly do them. And then kind of on the opposite side of the coin, they can do Kegels great while seated or lying down, but they still feel that fullness when they squat because they haven't transferred their Kegel to be functional when they're squatting. So that's another thing that physical therapy can help you with, is translating the Kegel while you're sitting or lying down to then be effective when you're against gravity or doing a workout, doing squatting, picking up your child, etc. So those are kind of the biggest problems that I see. We've also had women who have had surgery for their prolapse and have told me that they re-injured things after their surgery because they didn't do any pelvic floor PT after their surgery. So even if you have had surgery to fix your prolapse, it's really important to do physical therapy afterward, not only to make sure that you don't have any tightness down there, because surgery is trauma and our body does usually tighten up in response to trauma. So you might need some pelvic floor relaxation, but it's also important to help rebuild strength as well. So even if you are someone who has had surgery and you still feel great, that's awesome. And it's awesome that surgery helped you, but you do still need physical therapy to make sure that that's a long-term solution and not just short-term. And the opposite is also true. So if you've had surgery and you aren't seeing the results that you want, or you're still having pelvic pain, it can be because of tightness after the surgery, or you might just need a little bit more strengthening to help support the work that the surgery did. So those are a lot of the different causes of prolapse and why you might be experiencing the symptoms that you are experiencing. So if this sounds like you and you think that you do need pelvic PT or you're interested about learning more, go ahead and click the link in our bio to apply for one of our free total body diagnostics, which is essentially just a free consult where you'll meet with one of our doctors of physical therapy. And the doctor of physical therapy will kind of hear about your experience, where you've been, as well as hear about where you want to go and your goals. They'll take a look at you head to toe and see if anything else can be contributing to the problem. So a lot of the times with our pelvic floor patients, we find that they have some hip instability, core instability going on, and there's multiple factors in their pain experience. So we also address those as well. After you guys have that conversation, the doctor of physical therapy will tell you what a plan of care would look like and how to reach your goals. So if this is something you're interested in, go ahead and click the link in our bio to learn more and to apply. In the meantime, go ahead and comment below with something that you learned from today's video. Make sure you click the like button and the subscribe button. Thanks so much.